Shalom, I'm Rabbi Yosef, and today we go to war, not against people, not against circumstances, against the invisible force choking your money supply right now. You feel it, that wall between you and prosperity. You work, you hustle, you pray, but the money doesn't come, or it comes and vanishes, or it almost comes and dies at the last second. That's not bad luck, that's spiritual blockage, and I'm giving you the weapon to demolish it. 60 seconds a day, one ancient Jewish declaration, 30 days. I've watched this work hundreds of times. People stuck for years suddenly breaking through. Same person, same skills, different internal reality. Let me be clear about what we're dealing with. You pitch the client. Perfect conversation. They love it. We'll sign next week. Then silence. Ghost. Dead deal. You ask for the raise. Boss says yes. Weeks pass. Nothing changes. Your salary stays frozen. You start the business. Pour everything in. Crickets, no sales, no traction, just bleeding. Money. You pay down debt, make progress. Then the car breaks, medical bill hits, right back where you started. This isn't coincidence, this is pattern, and pattern means cause. The cause is spiritual. There's a shell around you blocking the flow of money from the divine source to your bank account. The ancient rabbis knew this 3,000 years ago. They called these shells barriers of illusion, hard coverings formed by negative energy. Your doubts, your fears, other people's jealousy aimed at you. Old mistakes leaving residue, it builds up, thickens, creates a barrier. And here's what you need to understand. That barrier feels real. It acts real, but it's not. It's sustained by belief. Your belief that you can't break through. Your belief that you're stuck. Your belief that prosperity isn't for people like you. The barrier feeds on that belief, grows stronger on it, locks tighter, and this is where most people die financially. Not because they stop working, they keep grinding, but they stop believing. Deep down they accept the limitation as permanent. They tell themselves, this is just how it is for me. I'm not meant to be rich. My family's always been broke. Money's just not my thing. And the moment you accept that lie as truth, you're finished. The barrier becomes unbreakable, not because God won't help you, because you stopped fighting. Listen to me carefully. The fight isn't out there. It's in here, in your mind, in your spirit, in the belief system running. Underneath everything you do, you can work 18 hours a day. If you believe you're blocked, you stay blocked. You can be the most talented person in the room. If you believe prosperity avoids you, it will, because your outer world mirrors your inner world with perfect accuracy. So here's what has to happen. You have to shatter the belief, deny the barrier, refuse to acknowledge its authority over you, and you do that with a specific declaration, words that dissolve illusion, words that reconnect you to the source of all wealth. I'm going to give you those words, but first you need to see what happens when you don't fight. When you accept blockage as reality, something terrible happens to your soul. First comes frustration. You're working hard, nothing's changing, you're angry but still hopeful. Then comes exhaustion. You've been trying for years, you're tired. The hope is fading. Then comes resignation. You stop trying new things. You stop dreaming. You settle. Then comes cynicism. You start mocking people who talk about abundance. That prosperity stuff doesn't work. It's all BS. Some people get lucky, most don't. That's life. And finally, your hope dies completely. You go through the motions. You survive. But you've given up on thriving. That dead hope, that's the real prison. That's what keeps you locked in poverty, even when opportunities are right in front of you. Because when hope is dead, you don't see the opportunities. Or you see them but don't take action. Or you take action without faith, so it doesn't work. The barrier wins, not by blocking the money, by killing your willingness to reach for it. This is the war. This is what we're destroying today. Right now, go to the comments. Write these words. I refuse the barrier. Not, I hope to break through. Not, maybe it'll work. Write, I refuse the barrier. This is your declaration of war, your first act of defiance. Do it now. And if you're serious about winning this fight, subscribe to this channel. We're not building an audience, we're building an army. Over 100,000 warriors who refuse to stay broke, who understand that spiritual weapons unlock material wealth. You're either in or you're out. Subscribe. Now let me tell you how I learned this weapon. Years ago I was stuck, making millions, yes, but trapped at a specific ceiling. Every time I approached the next level, something collapsed. Deals fell through, partners backed out, obstacles appeared from nowhere. I was furious. I had the skills, the strategy, the team, but I couldn't break through. One Friday evening in Jerusalem, an old rabbi approached me at the Western Wall. He looked at me and said, "You're fighting the wrong enemy." I asked what he meant. He said, "You're fighting the market, you're fighting competition, you're fighting circumstances, but your real enemy is inside you. You have a belief that you don't deserve the next level. That belief is a wall, and you keep running into it." He taught me a declaration, a specific set of words rooted in the Shema, the oldest Jewish prayer of unity, but restructured as a decree, a command, not a request. He told me to say it every morning for 60 seconds, every single day for 30 days minimum. And he said something I'll never forget. This isn't a request, this is a command. You're not asking God to give you wealth. You're denying the barrier's right to exist. You're declaring its power is illusion. And when you do that with absolute conviction, it dissolves. I did it. 30 days, 60 seconds each morning. Nothing happened for 2 weeks. I kept going. Day 17, something shifted. I can't describe it perfectly. It felt like pressure releasing in my chest, like a knot untying. Day 23, a land deal I'd pursued for years suddenly closed. The profit was more than my entire previous year. Not magic, cause and effect. The barrier dissolved. The channel opened. The money flowed. Now I'm giving you the same weapon, but you need to understand, this only works if you mean it. If you're just curious, it won't work. If you're testing it half-heartedly, it won't work. You have to say these words like your financial life depends on it, because it does. Here's the declaration. It's called the Decree of Unity and Possibility. Ancient rabbis used this structure to break through spiritual resistance. I'm giving it to you in English because most of you don't speak Hebrew. But the spiritual power isn't in the language. It's in the intention and the repetition. You're going to say this: the Eternal One is unity. All creation is one. In the name of the infinite, all things are possible. Every barrier is illusion. Every block is temporary. Money flows to me now because nothing can stop divine will. I am open, I am ready, I receive. That's it. Those words. Now let me break down what you just said so you understand the weapon you're holding. The Eternal One is unity. All creation is one. This connects you to the source. It reminds you that you're not separate from abundance. You're part of the same creation that includes infinite wealth. There's no real barrier between you and prosperity because everything comes from the same source. In the name of the infinite, all things are possible. This shatters limitation. You're declaring that the rules you think are stopping you don't actually exist. What feels impossible is only impossible if you believe it is. You're replacing that belief with truth. In the name of the infinite, no ceiling is real. Every barrier is illusion, every block is temporary. This is the killing blow to the shell. You're not acknowledging its reality. You're denying its authority. You're saying, "You're fake. You're sustained by my belief, and I withdraw that belief. You have no power. Money flows to me now because nothing can stop divine will." This is the shift from defense to offense. You're not just breaking the barrier, you're claiming the flow. You're stating as fact that money is coming because it's aligned with divine intention for your life. I am open. I am ready. I receive. This is you positioning yourself as a channel, not a beggar. You're not asking. You're receiving what's already yours. When you say this decree every day for 60 seconds, you're rewiring your consciousness. You're installing a new operating system. You're denying the barrier's existence until your spirit believes it. And when your spirit believes it, your reality shifts to match. Now let me show you what happens when someone actually does this. Rachel, freelance designer, talented, portfolio full of good work, but broke, always broke. She'd land a project, do great work, client would love it, then they'd disappear when it was time to pay, or negotiate her down, or pay late, or pay half and ghost. 5 years of this pattern. Same revenue every year. $32,000. Couldn't break past it. She came to one of my workshops. I taught her the decree. She was skeptical. "Rabbi, I've tried affirmations. I've tried visualizations. Nothing works." I told her, "This isn't affirmation. This is denial. You're not trying to attract money. You're denying the barrier's right to block it. She committed. 60 seconds every morning. The decree. Out loud. Week 1, nothing. Week 2, nothing. She almost quit. I told her, the barrier is testing you. It wants you to quit right before it dissolves. Keep going. Week 3, day 19. She woke up and something felt different, lighter. She couldn't explain it. That afternoon, a client she'd written off months ago called. We want to move forward. Can you start Monday? She said yes. 3-month contract, $12,000. 2 weeks later, another former prospect reached out. Our other designer flaked. You available? Within 60 days of starting the decree, her income doubled. Within 6 months, she crossed 80,000 for the year. Same person, same skills, different. Internal reality. The barrier dissolved. The money flowed. Now let me tell you about Marcus, real estate investor, smart guy, good eye for properties, but every deal he touched turned to ash. He'd find the perfect property, run the numbers, make the offer. Then something would kill it. Inspection reveals major damage. Financing falls through. Seller changes their mind. 3 years of this. 0 successful deals. Just wasted time and money on due diligence that led nowhere. He heard about the decree from a friend. Didn't believe it would work but was desperate enough to try. Every morning, 60 seconds, he said the words. For 4 weeks, absolutely nothing changed. Same pattern. Deals looking good, then dying. Week 5, he almost gave up. This is stupid. It's not working. But something in him said, keep going 1 more week. Week 6, day 38, he found a property, ran numbers, made offer, and for the first time in 3 years, everything went smooth. Inspection clear. Financing approved. Seller cooperative. Deal closed. Profit on that one deal, $47,000. He kept doing the decree. 6 months later, he closed 4 more deals. Total profit, $212,000. What changed? Not the market. Not his skills, not his strategy. The barrier dissolved. The flow opened. Here's what most people don't understand about this decree. It's not magic. It's not manipulating reality. It's removing the interference between you and what's already trying to reach you. Money is flowing from the divine source constantly. Opportunities exist. Deals are available. Clients need what you offer. Prosperity is moving toward you. But there's interference. The barrier. Your belief that you can't have it. Your fear that it won't work. Your certainty that you're the exception who stays broke. That belief creates resistance. And resistance blocks flow. The decree removes resistance. It doesn't create new money. It allows the money that's already coming to actually reach you. And here's what I need you to hear. If you quit on day 12, you go right back to the same financial hell you've been living in. That's exactly what the barrier wants. It wants you to give up right before the breakthrough. Because the barrier knows it's dying. It knows the decree is working, so it whispers, this isn't working. You're wasting your time. You're the exception. That whisper is its last defense. And if you believe it, the barrier survives. You stay stuck. Nothing changes. But if you push through that moment, the barrier collapses. And when it does, the money starts flowing in ways you can't predict or control. One more story before I give you the complete protocol. David, salary employee, marketing manager, good at his job, but stuck at $68,000 a year for 6 years. He'd ask for raises. Boss would say, not in the budget right now. He'd apply for other jobs, get to final interviews, then lose to other candidates. He was ready to accept that this was his ceiling. Some people make more, I'm just not one of them. Then he learned the decree, started saying it every morning. Week 1 through 3, nothing, same job, same salary, same frustration. Week 4, something shifted inside him. He can't describe it exactly, but he stopped feeling like a victim, started feeling like someone who deserved more. Week 5, he applied for a director position at another company. Normally, he'd apply timidly, expecting rejection. This time, he applied with confidence, got the interview. Normally, he'd downplay his achievements and ask sheepishly about salary. This time, he stated his value clearly and named the number he wanted, $95,000. They offered $90,000. He took it. Within 2 months of starting the decree, his income jumped from $68,000 to $90,000. 1 year later, still doing the decree daily, he got promoted. Salary went to $115,000. Same person, same industry, different internal barrier. Now I need to tell you something critical. In every one of these stories, there's a moment where nothing is happening. The person is doing the decree. Days pass, weeks pass, no change. That moment is where most people quit. They say, "See, I knew it wouldn't work. I'm the exception. This stuff isn't for me." And they stop. Right before the breakthrough. Here's what's actually happening in that waiting period. The barrier is dissolving, but it doesn't happen instantly. It's like ice melting. The heat is applied, the ice is changing at the molecular level, but you don't see it yet. Then suddenly it collapses all at once. The decree is heat. You're applying it daily. The barrier is weakening. You just can't see it yet. But if you stop applying heat, the ice stays frozen. The barrier stays intact. You stay stuck. This is the test. Can you keep going when you don't see results? Can you maintain the decree when nothing seems to be changing? If you can, in most cases, you win. The barrier dissolves. The money flows. If you can't, you stay exactly where you are. So let me be brutally clear about what's required. 60 seconds, every single morning, same time. The decree, out loud, not when you feel like it, not when you remember, not when it's convenient, every single day for 30 days minimum. But honestly, if you're smart, you'll do it for 90 days, 6 months, a year, forever. Because this isn't a one-time fix. It's a daily practice that keeps the channel clear. And here's the second part most people miss. The decree opens the channel, but you have to move through the open channel. After you say the words, you have to take action. Real action, not timid action, not "I'll try" action. Bold action that proves you believe the barrier is gone. Rachel took the client meeting she'd been avoiding. Marcus made the offer he'd been afraid to make. David asked for the salary he thought he didn't deserve. The decree gave them the internal shift. The action brought the external result. You need both. Prayer without action is fantasy. Action without prayer is grinding with a ceiling. Prayer plus action is breakthrough. So when you finish the 60 seconds, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today that I'd only do if I believed the barrier was gone? Then do that thing, same day, no delay. That's how this works, not magic. Spiritual law combined with physical action. Now let me give you the complete protocol, step by step. What to do today, what to do tomorrow, what to do for the next 30 days. This is the breakthrough protocol, 30 days. And in a moment, I'm going to tell you exactly what to expect on days 8 through 14, because that's where the real battle happens. Step 1, name the enemy. Tonight, before you sleep, get a piece of paper, not your phone, paper. Right at the top. What is blocking my money? Then answer. Be specific. Brutally specific. Don't write, "I don't have enough money." That's vague. That's weak. Write, "I've been stuck at 50,000 a year for 4 years and can't break 60. Or, "I have 19,000 in credit card debt and every time I pay it down it climbs back up." Or, "I close small clients easily, but every big deal dies at the last second." Or, "My business has made 8,000 a month for 3 years and won't grow." Name it. Make it concrete. Identify the exact pattern. Once you've written it, read it out loud. Look at those words. Then say this. This barrier is not real. This pattern ends now. Starting tomorrow, the channel opens. Why does this matter? Because most people carry their limitation like it's a law of nature. That's just how it is for me. I'm not good with money. I'm meant to be broke. Those aren't truths. Those are agreements with the enemy. And you're breaking the agreement tonight. When you name the barrier and declare it temporary, you've drawn first blood. Step 2. Say the decree every morning. Starting tomorrow, set an alarm, same time every day, early enough that you won't be rushed. When it goes off, find somewhere quiet. 2 minutes. That's all you need. Sit. Close your eyes. 3 deep breaths. Settle your body. Then say the decree of unity and possibility. Out loud. Slowly. Mean every word. 60 seconds. You'll repeat it 3 or 4 times. That's perfect. While you say it, see the barrier crumbling. See it as a wall with cracks spreading. See it collapsing into dust. See it dissolving into nothing. Then see money flowing. See your specific goal from last night achieved. See your bank account with the number you want. See the debt gone. See the deal closed. See the client saying yes. Make it vivid. Engage every sense. 60 seconds of absolute focus. This is not meditation. This is warfare. You're using words as weapons to destroy what's keeping you poor. Do not skip days. Consistency builds momentum. One missed day breaks the chain. Step 3. Take one faith action every day. After the decree, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today that proves I believe the barrier is gone? Then do it. Same day. No excuses. If your barrier is stuck at low salary, your action might be email your boss requesting a compensation meeting, or apply for 3 higher-paying jobs, or enroll in training that makes you more valuable. If your barrier is can't save money, your action might be open a savings account and transfer $100, or sell something and bank the cash, or cut one subscription and redirect that money to savings. If your barrier is clients never commit, your action might be follow up with 3 dead prospects, or create a new offer with a deadline, or ask a current client for a referral. If your barrier is business won't grow, your action might be invest in marketing you've been avoiding, or raise prices 20%, or reach out to a potential partner. The action doesn't have to be massive. It has to be real. It has to be something you wouldn't do if you still believed the barrier was permanent. This is critical. The decree opens the channel. The action proves you're serious. The combination creates momentum. You'll notice things shifting, ideas appearing, people reaching out, opportunities opening, doors that were locked suddenly swinging wide. Not magic, spiritual law. When internal work meets external action, you become magnetic to what you seek. Now let me tell you what to expect. The timeline. Because if you don't know what's coming, you'll quit early. Days 1 to 7. Nothing obvious happens. You'll do the decree, you'll take action. You'll feel a little hopeful, but also skeptical. Is this actually working? The answer is yes, but you can't see it yet. The barrier is weakening at levels you can't perceive. Keep going. Days 8 to 14. Doubt creeps in. This is the danger zone. This is where I've watched most people quit. You're still doing the work. Still nothing dramatic. You start thinking, maybe I'm the exception. Maybe this doesn't work for me. That voice is the barrier fighting back. It wants you to quit. It knows it's losing. Don't listen. Keep going. This is also where you might feel worse before you feel better. Old fears surfacing. Old patterns intensifying. This is normal. It's the barrier's last stand. Push through. Days 15-21. Something shifts. You can't explain it exactly, but something feels different. Maybe it's your energy. Maybe it's your confidence. Maybe it's just a sense of lightness. This is the barrier starting to crack. You're close. Keep going. Days 22-30. Breakthrough. Something tangible happens. An unexpected check. A new client. A deal that closes. A debt forgiven. An opportunity that appears. This is the channel opening. The money starting to flow. And if you keep doing the protocol, it accelerates. In my experience working with people on this, most see some kind of measurable shift by day 30. Not always massive, but measurable. A bonus, a raise, a new contract, a payment that comes through. Something. And here's what I want you to do to guarantee you make it. Find a partner. Someone else committed to breaking through financially. Maybe a friend, maybe family, maybe someone in the comments of this video. Text each other every morning after the decree. Share what action you're taking. Encourage each other when doubt hits. Celebrate small wins together. This keeps you in the game long enough to win. Now let me handle the final objection. Rabbi, what if I do all this and nothing changes? Let me ask you, what if you don't do this and you stay exactly where you are for the next 5 years? 10 years? The rest of your life? What do you have to lose? 60 seconds a day, 1 action a day, 30 days total. If it doesn't work, you've lost nothing, but if it works, you've gained everything. And here's what I've observed working with thousands of people. Those who complete the full 30 days consistently almost always report some level of improvement. Not everyone becomes a millionaire overnight, but most move forward in some measurable way. An unexpected bonus, a debt resolved, a new client, the courage to finally make the move they've been afraid of. The specifics vary. The principle is reliable. Clear the channel. Money flows. So tonight, do step 1. Write your barrier. Tomorrow morning, do step 2. Say the decree for 60 seconds. Tomorrow, do step 3. Take 1 faith action. Repeat. Every day, 30 days, and write. Now before you leave, go to the comments. Write this. The barrier dies today. Not I hope, not maybe. Write, the barrier dies today. This is your public declaration, your stake in the ground. You're announcing that you're done being stuck. Do it now. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. We're not building fans, we're building an army. People who refuse financial limitation. People who use spiritual weapons for material results. New teaching every week. Strategies for wealth. Ancient wisdom. Practices that produce money. Click subscribe. Turn on notifications. You'll likely notice changes within 30 days. Not because of luck, because of spiritual law applied with precision. The barrier is crumbling. The money is moving. The breakthrough is here. Step into it. Shalom, my friend. Until next time.